Still was waiting for guests to tune in. Okay. Okay, so what's going on here now? Still Mr. Gleek going live. I hear you. Do a little adjustment here. Okay. Let me see how to make this adjustment work. Okay. Rotate. No, I don't want to rotate my device. Okay, now. Anyway. Okay. All right. In the news, we have here Al Spinks Jr. supposed to be taking on Bud Crawford. Errol Spinks Jr. He is a boxer. Terrence Crawford, I give him a boxer slugger. He's not that mechanical inclined to compare to Errol Spinks. But this fight should have happened a few years back. Errol Spinks' last fight, almost a year ago. That's a long time. Now, before that fight there, he had a little more difficult time out the ring, like the car accident he had, then a torn rectum, like a year and a half, two later. I don't think he is back to the Earl Spinks Jr. he was before the car crash. Yet he is still young in the game. Spinks Jr. is only 33 years old. That's pretty young in the game. Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, 36. Mm. People will call that, say, breaking the breaking into your latter stage of the game. But in this day and time, athletics has changed because of the dieting, the nutritionists, and all the good stuff that we have today with the newer technology. So maybe it can be a different era. Mind you, like just a few years back, we had Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fighting. Mayweather was like 38. Pacquiao was like 35 right there. 36. That's a fight which should have happened when they was like 30, say maybe at a 33, 32, Pacquiao, 29, 30. You know, that's when they was all in their prime. So hopefully this fight will be a better fight than Pacquiao and Mayweather. But where's the tuna fight? What become of tuna fights? Almost a year ago for Errol Spinks Jr. and his last fight with I can pronounce the guy. Oh Lord, I can't pronounce the young guy name correctly, but it's actually at UGAS. How to pronounce it, I don't know. He's a great fighter out of Cuba. Gus, something like that. I don't want to mispronunciate the gentleman's name, but he was a dynamite fighter. Errol Spinks had to work. He literally had to work. It was not a walk in the park for him because of the incidents he had prior to that fight. Like I said earlier, a life-threatening car accident, torn retina, a year and a half, two later. That's some kind of injuries is career ending. Not a last fighter, he's tough from Cuba because Cuba produced a lot of great fighters. Amateur at least, but when it comes to pros, they are well seasoned. Terrence Crawford, well, he fought this year, I think, this year. That was that Russian boxer. I don't have too much. I don't know notes on him. I know it was David something. I know his last name, David. I don't nothing on him, but I'm speaking off the top of my head with a Russian boxer. He is not well known, and I saw the fight. It was a walk in the park. So that's not a tune-up fight. They should have at least a tune-up fight with a somewhat decent fighter who have a good reputation to draw more crowd to them, or just to get them in tune for this big fight because both of them, to me, it's going to be rusty. So paid per view, wherever the station's going to be on, channel going to be on, they're going to try to hype itself to be more than it is. And I don't feel like it's going to be a good fight. Now, the rematch will be a better fight because they had this fight between each other. One could be a winner, one could be a loser. Good tune-up for both of them. And the rematch will be something to watch because they already signed that on paper. Win, lose, or draw, become a rematch. Maybe because they are both of them promoting as promoters now. So that they promoting themselves. So I will call that more to me like a buddy buddy promotion. You know, you look out for me, I look out for you. But it's much better than what the generation before them had in the Don King era. And the oh, but I'll forget the guy name. He's still around today. The other big promoter. You know, they take all those athletes' money for decades. So now these athletes are promoting themselves so they can make their own money. They can draw their own fans. They can do their own promotion. And at the end of the day, they have a bigger payday for the beating that they will be taking in these fights. But the fight's supposed to be will be. I wrote it down here. I think it was I got it here somewhere in my notes. Yes, 29th of next month. Wonder why so soon. Wonder if I get this July 20. Well, if I got it right, that's a quick fight. Like I say, Errol Spinks Jr. is a boxer. He is a technician. He is skillful. He has a power, but not as power to compare to what Terrence Crawford did, being putting on people. But he's more of a be in that fight a sweet pea. Between them two, with their professional skill set, I really don't know who who to go with right now. I need to go over some fights. So the last three fights each one of those guys had, and see how they look. I think Errol Spinks had a better resume. Yes, he sure did. Don Crawford. Wow, that's gonna be a tough fight. Errol Spinks went the distance with his last fight. Terrence Crawford had a knockout, six rounder. So it is what it is. But one of them gonna be a victor and one gonna be a loser. Someone that's going home with no belt. Who it's gonna be? Bud Crawford or Errol Spinks? Something else in the news here. It was amazing that Three, 82, 80 years old, expecting a baby with his 29-year-old girlfriend. Wow. 80, 83, 29 years old. That is crazy. Like one good podcaster talks about a lot. Once you are a boss, you can do just about anything. Females are there for you. Long once you are a boss. Now, that young lady, she's 29 years old. She's doing what she's doing, but that's her life story. She was in that circle with rich old guys, much older than she is, who could be her granddad, basically. That's crazy. But there's a market out there. If you have millions, you're going to be, as a male or female, you're going to be a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. And there's a market for those individuals. But 80, wow. And there was some mean things was saying about the couple, the child, but it's not something I'm going to say. That's too, nah. But it's a blessing that the good Lord, our Creator, give him an opportunity to produce. But a matter of fact, one of his co-stars, Robert De Niro, he was 70, 78, 78, 79. Man, he did the same thing. That's wow. So maybe that's a gangster role they play in Hollywood. Never know. Anything could go in Hollywood. You know, they got the money, they make the millions work, make it happen. But to me, that was crazy. And I don't know how a parent will look at this. I'm only 70, and my child is carrying a baby for someone 10, 12 years older than me. You know, that's kind of awkward right there. Anyway, the next good thing that happened, where we at now? Let me see now. Oh, man. Uh, the Miami Heat is going to the NBA Finals again. The Miami Heat. Ooh-wee. Hooray, Miami. I'm not a Heat fan, but they are in the state of Florida. And guess what? We have to cheer for you. The whole state support, the state of Florida team. The Miami Heat had a playoff run, one of the best playoff run in a long time. They were taking out teams left and right like there was no tomorrow. They ran through the Boston Celtics those first three games. Everybody counted the Boston Celtics out, including me. Hey, they gone. It's a swept, not a sweep. People call it past tense already. But the Boston Celtics say we are not going home like the Lakers. No, we are top seed in this division. Okay, come on, guys. Let's pull our belt straps, tighten this shit up. Let's rock. Tighten it up, guys. Well, our next thing too, you don't know what Boston team's going to come out to play because all through this playoff, they were up and down. So for each round, it was like that. Every round, it was just not a solid Boston team or a solid basketball team. Forget this being Boston. Good and great at times. But all of that superpower that they have superstars on that team. Superstars. No way they should have been in that situation during this playoff, especially with the Heat. But they came back roaring like a franchise like the Boston Celtics would do. Put up a fight. They have lots of banners. Okay? Just to put on a uniform alone will inspire you to fight because that's just the name of the game. They came back. Wow. 3-0, 3-1. Bounce back. Ooh, wow. 3-2, 3-3. Uh-oh. Boston Celtics. They go into the playoff, look like. Wow. They woke up. Now they playing like they was the team without a top seed in the division with the high power players that they have, big names. And they put up a good fight to go into game 7. Now the Miami Heat, on the other hand, they really do not have no big name players on that team. We go with one. That roster, nah. Yeah, we got Butler. We got Butler. I'll call him playoff Butler because he do come alive during a playoff and he make a good statement. So I will say going into game 7, I was kind of iffy on which Boston team is going to come out that locker room. But the Miami Heat, on the other hand, saying, wow, we cannot let this happen. We being the better player in the playoff. We are the best team in this playoff. How could we let this happen to us? Now, again, there is a no-name roster. The voice is kind of gone. I'm going up and down with my tone, but bear with me. Bear with me. That is The Miami Heat do not have a big name roster. Basically, they're a bunch of role players that, hey, you are a professional, you made the league, you are on a team. That means you are a good player, one of the best in the world. Okay? So, by saying that, that means they are not a pushover team. Okay? Butler, I will say, is to me, will be the better player on that team for the series with the Boston Celtics. I gotta call him playoff Butler. He will deliver for you, and he did. He did. Like they say, he played in the playoffs just like Michael Jordan. No nonsense. And that's big because as the world know, when it comes to playoff game, Michael Jordan takes no prisoners. He give it his all in all for these young cats. That's all they know for that is Michael Jordan. They don't know nothing about Is- Isaiah Thomas, to Larry Bird, to Magic Johnson, you know, to Tim Duncan, to David Robinson, Kim Elijah once. No, who put it down? That's when you're going to find the 80s. Y'all don't go no further than that. I mean, the beginning of the 80s. Matter of fact, Magic came on in 79 or 78, somewhere around there. Okay, we stopped there. So they all about the Jordan era in this day and time. But there also another rumor going around in the air about Butler and Jordan, Jimmy Butler, Michael Jordan. So, however the rumor goes about those two individuals, now people starting to compare or talk about they have the same similar playoff styles and so forth and so on when it comes to being competitive. Okay, yes, they are good. They are have a good comparison. You put them together, the numbers looks good. You know, the aggression, the passion. So I don't know if that's grounds. That is grounds to say what they are trying to say about Jimmy Butler and Michael Jordan. That's not grounds for that in my book. They all are professional athletes in the game of basketball. Okay? So that's all I see it is. I'm not a professional in any which way means of any aspect in sports. analysts or any other thing to compare them together. But I know this thing. Allegedly, apple do not fall far from the tree. That's old school proverbs. An apple do not fall far from the tree. Hmm. So, by saying that, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Speaking about basketball too, I run across a little something something, and I was surprised to know that all the great players, the superstars who played the game of basketball, superstars, Will Chamberlain, not taking him out of the equation. Moses Malone, uh, Kevin Garnett, Tracy McGrady, uh, Dow Dawkins. I'm naming actually basketball players straight from high school and came into the league. Some of them was first round pick. Some of them was number one pick. Well, only one was the one number one pick so far. So far to high school, that'll be Kwame Brown. So in the history of the NBA, taking athletes from high school who become best in the league. I mean, basically number one on their team became a superstar. I'm gonna say they came in the NBA at the age of 18. That's on the high school now. Hmm. Who can say they put up good numbers like this? Double double figures at the age of 18. Let's go to the high school now. Double double figures. Now we had the big Moses Malone. Whoop, whoop. We had Kevin Garnett lately. We had Kwame Brown. I mean, what was LeBron James? Well, LeBron James, he came out. But my point I'm trying to make, if it is 50 high schoolers came into the league, 50, only three of them have scored a double double. Only three. That'll be, and that is Amari Stoudemire, who was an excellent player. He was like, he would polarize you. just to polarize you. You know, when he was straight out of high school, he was explosive. LeBron James, who was recruited number one, he was number one this draft. It was over college players. I forget what he went, but he was King James straight out of high school. King James. That's the other one. What had the double double? Amari Stoudemire, LeBron James, and the great Kevin Garnett. And that's something I was doing a little checking on. I was very surprised that there are a lot of players who is off that list who did not shine like that. Hmm. And who are superstars. That was amazing. But all of both of those guys all those three guys, Stoudemire, James Garnett, James is still playing. He should be in his maybe 20th year. That young man has no stopping him right now. I think he could put in another 2 years. I He's chasing one more ring. I have the feeling that he is chasing one more ring. He already passed the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the scoring, or maybe he's trying to cement his name as the GOAT. Like they say, championship makes you woo woo woo, and he's trying to get there. But if 3/4 of the world see Michael Jordan as to go, a quarter see LeBron as to go, don't need to stay out there and hurt your body just to be the GOAT. That's so they don't born every day. They don't born every decade. So maybe it's not you to be the GOAT to overthrow the great Michael Jordan. For the other, this might not be this might not be you. Just might not be you. But you are one of the greatest players of all time, Mr. LeBron James. Anyway, that's a little something there. For those who are never tuning in to Mr. Gleek, hey, just stop by, say hi. I'll appreciate that. Subscribe, say hello, support. I just a small up and coming, and that's how you start to build anything from the bottom up. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just an independent person who has some words he would like to share with the public. We will get better when we could when we will have the proper pro- support where I can have the public call in to us and voice their opinions live on any topic. We don't care. We here. We tell it like it is. You have something on your mind? Just jump on board, spit it out. We are here. That's what we all about. This is what this channel will be all about. Freedom. Excuse me. Freedom of speech. All you got to do, keep it clean, keep it decent, keep it respectable. And speak your mind. I'm not a person who gets involved in politics or religion. So if I read something from the internet, the newspaper, wherever the information comes from, I can put it out there, but no opinions comes from me. I just put it out there. Okay. Anyway, the next thing, what happened over the weekend past, the 100 meters, uh, Shakira Richards, she ran the heats. She blew them away, but she did not show up for the finals. I don't know what happened to the young lady, but I know this much. She is looking good this season. That young lady is looking good. I take my hats off to her corner of people to keep her head on a swivel, keep her head on her shoulders, and to keep her being a professional at what she do. You know, I just stared in that young lady's eyes when she was kneeling down, and I could see a determination that I got them. They don't know. I got them. Sharika Jackson, she's showing out. She run a crazy 200 meters. It was like, and she thinks she run 21:91. Only the second lady this year to go under 22. That was crazy. So she could be a force to be reckoned with. I don't know if she's going to run the 400. It don't look so like she's just going to concentrate on the one and the two. So the 400 going to be pretty much up for grabs. But we still have, what's your name? The young lady from San Domingo. She's getting there. I saw her run week before last. She's getting there. She's not in tune yet. But Miller Weaver's out. She's not gonna be in this season because she's out on her medical leave. I would like to see that world record drop, get dropped by these young ladies who are doing it today because the world champion, first, second, third, the Olympics, first, second, third, these ladies are running on pure natural ability. No, beside the world champ, and she got disqualified. But everybody else running on natural ability. And I would like to see, because the 400 meters record, as we know, those who've been around in the 80s, they get caught. But that's why the record is still there on that particular day of that event was going on. That's why the record is still there. But they were good back then. All the technology was just that poor, couldn't detect at that point in time. That's going to be something next I'm going to talk about 30 athletes, male and female. I'm going to break it up with the females first, and then I'll go with the males. A two-part deal. I'm going to let that be like a two-part deal, male and female. Separate them because it is crazy to know that how many athletes just go outrageous just to be on top. Anyway, that will be one of my topics coming up. Either I'll say Saturday or maybe next Thursday, Wednesday night, bringing it Thursday morning, just like this. The reason I try to be on this late, most people just chilling on the East Coast, trying to make it in because they are a few hours different from us on the Eastern. Central Time is just an hour back. So maybe I have to step it up an hour earlier to see how the audience gonna like that slot. Like I say, we are new to this. We are just starting to tread the waters and just seeing how we can make this happen and be continuous. We don't want to be a fly by night. Anyway, you see these pillars behind me? If you want a pillow, make with any picture of yours, get with me, Mr. Gleek, can make it happen. It can be a great gift for a family, friend, whoever, a teacher. We are in the Central Florida area. You can order it from anywhere in the United States. It will be shipped to you. So get with me. We'll set it up, make it happen. This is a young lady, African descent. She's trying to make her own print in this small world that we live in. And also, if you are in the Orlando, Florida, my voice going again, Orlando, Florida, that would be, yes, Orlando, or Sanford, Florida area, Mondora, Florida, Apopka, Florida, and you need some pressure washing done. Get with me. Accurate precision, power washing, based in Sorrento, Florida. Phone number 407. Okay, 407. That's area code 369 2032. Again, area code 407 369 2032. Get with me. Sidewalks, driveway, parking lots. Get with me. This braid job here, young lady, up and coming, 16 years old, young stylist. She did this a few days ago. African descent, still in high school, practicing her craft. She want to become a professional stylist. 16 years old. I like that. I had to get with her to support. I told her I'm going to put her out there on my podcast. It's not big, it's small, but I'm going to put you out there. But she's kind of sketchy about that because she's young. But her moms and dads say, okay, no problem. But it's a catch if you want to get your hair done. And if you are in the Sanford, Florida area, get with me. Mr. Gleek on my podcast, YouTube, get with me. Facebook, get with me. There's only one Gleek. That's Gleek Johnson. Get with me. You get the pillows? Get with me. Look at that. Get with me. Pressure washing? Get with me. Sidewalk, driveways, parking lots. Even boats and RVs. Get with me. Area code 407 369 2032. Get with me. Gleek Johnson, peace out. Appreciate you guys who came in, who stopped by, and who will look at this in days to come. Subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. whatever the case may be. Thank you. Appreciate all of you guys. It's been just under an hour talking with you guys. I appreciate that. I feel good. Oh man, look at this face of mine. Wow. I did not shave today. I don't know why. I'll just get tired of this shaving biz. Remember as young, up and coming teenagers, you want to have a little bit of hair? Gee, be careful what you wish for. It's a burden. Every 2 days, you got to take your, oh man. It's like, wow. Hey, that's the name of the game. That's nature. Can't run from that. Speak of nature. Just salt and pepper, nature get there for me. Now look up here. Why nature give me none here? I'm not getting my flowers here, man. Something ain't right. I get my flowers right here. I don't like these flowers here. But I let it stay sometime just to, I don't know. I'm just tired of it. Let me get my flowers up here. Let me see my salt and pepper. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys again the next couple of days. And hopefully we can have more people to check us out, to mess with us. You know what I'm saying? Come on, people. Just check it out. Say, hey, what's up? Peace. You know? Anyway, that's us for the day. Appreciate everybody. And we are out.